Mr. Investor, welcome back to the channel, baby. We're going to be talking about Bionanogenomics BNGO stock. We'll talk about some recent tweets coming out, an article we may have missed back from June from the NHS, and 3 LinkedIn posts that came out just yesterday. Before we begin, thank you so much for all your support for the channel. It really means a lot. We have 9,000 people here. Thank you so much for donations. Thank you for every time you hit the like, click subscribe, drop me comments down below. I really appreciate it. If you want to join channel memberships, it really helps out. It's only 99 cents a month. Thank you guys. Please remember, none of this is financial advice. It's for entertainment only, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So by now, you guys, if you watched the last video, you would have seen this untapped goldmine article talking about structural variants and bionanogenomics optical genome mapping, where it spoke about short read sequencing technologies and how many structural variants remain undetectable. Round about 2/3 of the genome, it said. Approximately 2/3 of the genome is comprised of repetitive elements that span very large regions. It's an excellent article on lionstalkscience.org, so make sure you read it. Next, we had this tweet coming out from Chloe Tesserau. She said MVZ Martin Shreed will host a hybrid seminar, Next Generation Cytogenomics Optical Genome Mapping. So it has speakers from MVZ Martin Shreed, it has Radboud University Medical Center Nijmegen, Dr. Flunkett from Medicover Genetics in Berlin, and another Radboud University doctor, Dr. Neveling. Chloe states that MVZ Martin Shreed is the only laboratory in Germany that offers optical genome mapping from bionanogenomics for routine diagnostics, and they mainly offer optical genome mapping for patients with developmental disabilities and intellectual disabilities, among others. So MVZ is the medical laboratory in Planegg, Germany. Next, let's talk about this article. You guys may have missed this back in June. Comparison of optical genome mapping with standard of care testing to investigate genomic abnormalities in leukemias, blood cancers. So this is the experience of the Central and South Genomic Laboratory Hub in the UK, and the study was published by 2 authors, it states here. West Midlands Regional Genetics Laboratory at Birmingham Women's and Children's NHS Foundation Trust, and the Cancer and Genomic Sciences at University of Birmingham. So what they were looking for, they wanted to talk about optical genome mapping, and they stated it has great potential to become the new gold standard for detecting structural variants and copy number variations. So these guys were utilizing the Bionano Sapphire system. They wanted to investigate these abnormalities in leukemias. The results state that they show the concordance between standard of care tests and optical genome mapping in the analyzed cohort, and also present details of additional aberrations detected by optical genome mapping due to its superior resolution and sensitivity compared to the G-band analysis. So not only are they stating, it could be gold standard and replace the current traditional methods that they have, but they state that it finds additional aberrations. Summarizing, they stated that if they improve the Sapphire system in terms of capacity and automation of key processes, they believe that optical genome mapping has the potential to replace these G-band chromosome analysis that are currently used as a global screen in routine diagnostics for hematological malignancy. In blood cancers, it states that this article was published in June 2022, so I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it really shows that what's going on here in the NHS, the UK, that they believe, the studies that they're coming out with is that they believe that optical genome mapping could replace some of the traditional techniques they're using and be used as a global screen. Next, we popped onto LinkedIn and we saw here that Sheila Purim, she's the Senior Director of Segment Marketing Oncology at Bionanogenomics, and she said a study came out from Augusta and Emory universities. Again, she said that this study was surrounding blood cancers. She linked to an article over on Genome Web. When we open the actual article, you can see here, the article is titled Clinical Validation and Diagnostic Utility of Optical Genome Mapping for Enhanced Cytogenomic Analysis of Hematological Neoplasms. These guys ran 92 samples, and here from the article summarizing, they say that optical genome mapping identified several additional structural variants. They also said that optical genome mapping has outperformed the standard of care tests in this study, so the traditional methods, and it demonstrated its potential as a first-tier cytogenomic test for blood cancers. Next, we had Diana Marcella Rush talking about this ASHD 2022 event, and she said that Dr. Rashmi explained the results that they had assessing MDS with optical genome mapping. Yet again, more proof that with blood cancers, the results not only showed concordance with traditional technologies, but uncovered multiple aberrations that were not previously seen and can be prognostically valuable. Now, Dr. Rashmi is the mentor of Diana, and Diana has come over to Bionanogenomics. She said that her mentor, Dr. Rashmi, introduced her to optical genome mapping and NX Clinical which are today her passion and her work. Next, a very exciting statement coming out here from Ravindra Kohli. He spoke about optical genome mapping, and this is really good, so I'm going to read it all to you. So make sure you prepare your popcorn and get seated. So Dr. Ravindra Kohli said, reimbursement for optical genome mapping as a molecular pathologist is exciting to bring new emerging technologies for patient care. The challenges of CLIA validation, followed by the need for CPT codes for reimbursement, delay our adaptation of these platforms for patient care. We have successfully overcome these challenges in the past for technologies like next generation sequencing, then he put the code up, and SMP microarrays, put up the CPT codes for that too. Currently, these technologies are the standard of care methods in our laboratories and changed our approaches to patient care and clinical management. So he thinks the optical genome mapping is here and very similar to next generation sequencing and SMP microarray. Optical genome mapping is an innovative technology that will fundamentally change many investigative approaches in the cytogenetic and molecular labs. So in their lab, they've successfully completed CLIA validation in postnatal and oncology, hematolymphoid neoplasia, and he's got the PLA codes now from AMA. Just so you guys, if you didn't know the abbreviation, it's the American Medical Association. In addition to that, the 2022 gap fill final recommendations were released by CMS a few weeks back with a reimbursement of $1,263.53 for one of our PLA codes for optical genome mapping. This is for the first time in the United States a payer has assigned the reimbursement amount for optical genome mapping in the clinical diagnostic laboratory fee schedule. I am very excited and proud of my lab and my collaborators involved in this process to get to this point in our journey to bring optical genome mapping into the clinical laboratories. To emphasize the importance of reimbursement for optical genome mapping, I'm going to paraphrase Neil Armstrong's quote, "That's one small step for my lab, one giant leap for optical genome mapping." So this is an important moment. You know, we've been waiting for these codes for a long time, and he really believes that optical genome mapping is going to be this new innovative technology that's going to make changes in the cytogenomic and molecular laboratories. So now, is this the first of many? Now, will they be able to sell to laboratories and convince them that they're going to get reimbursement now? And will we be able to drive this home and get lots of adoption for the Sapphire system? Next, over in France, we have a new addition to the team. You can see the Sapphire there. Marie Charlotte is very proud to be part of Banana Genomics as the regional business manager over in France, Suisse. And lastly, a job has popped up here for a clinical genetics laboratory co-director. This is at the University of Colorado. And we can see here they are particularly focused on state-of-the-art laboratory automation, including a robotic liquid dispensing system for chromosomes and fish, scorpion slide preparation robot, and optical genome mapping BioNano. So guys, that's what I found for today. I'm still looking for some key points. I'm trying to look back through the files to see if we can find anything juicy. So that's been the latest news on Bionanogenomics. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, click subscribe, and any support. If you'd like to support the channel and join channel memberships, it's only 99 cents. It really helps out. So thank you so much for your love and support. Please always remember, none of this is financial advice, for entertainment only. I'm wishing you a lovely day. Have a great week ahead, and I'll catch you in the next video. Mr. Investor Lot, over and out, baby.